Don't be fooled by the title of this video. If you're working with young children, you're never going to eliminate all sound from your classroom. And the fact is, you shouldn't want to. Children who are talking to each other or to themselves are gaining valuable learning experiences, as are children who are humming, singing, or chanting. You know how children love to make up songs or chants or just add sound effects to even the most mundane of experiences. Well, mundane to us grown-ups, whether it be mushing the Play-Doh or taking off their jackets. In other words, a classroom in which there's sound is a classroom in which there are active, engaged learners. And isn't that what every teacher wants? What you probably don't want, with good reason, is a whole lot of noise. And when you've got children playing, traveling to learning stations, transitioning, or taking part in movement activities, heck, when you've got more than one child present in a room, noise is always a likely possibility. So how do you stifle the noise without stifling creativity and learning? I like to establish a signal that indicates it's time to stop, look, and listen. Stop, look at me, and listen for what comes next. For example, you might choose a signal the children have to watch for, like two fingers held in the air or the timeout sign from sports. Make it their secret code. They love secret codes. And tell them that when they see you do the secret code, they should do it too, so everyone has a better chance of seeing it. Of course, I don't want to pretend that this is always going to work. Where young children are concerned, there's never an always. And if you've never had one of those groups, you haven't been teaching long enough. So if you happen to have a group of children who aren't inclined to watch for your visible signal, you can switch to an audible one. If you do choose an audible secret code, there are a couple of things to consider. Because you want the children to be actively listening, a quiet signal is going to be much more effective than a loud one. A whistle, for example, can be heard above a whole lot of noise. It also has certain authoritarian connotations that can be unpleasant for some. You'll want to choose something that children have to be quiet enough to hear, like a hand clap, a strike on a triangle, or two taps on a drum. Your voice likely is not the best choice because the children hear it so often and unfortunately can become rather adept at tuning it out. Whether you choose a visible or an audible signal, the goal is for the children to be stopped, looking, and listening within 2 to 4 seconds, and you should only have to give the signal once. Will that happen the first, second, or third time you try it? Not a chance. This is a protocol that requires practice. In fact, you might want to have a couple of practice runs with the children before you implement this policy. They'll think it's fun if you approach it with the right attitude. And you know what? Children are usually willing to follow rules as long as they know what's expected of them and they know that the rules have some significance. So don't just tell the children what the rules are, tell them why they're necessary. Or better yet, whenever possible, create the rules together. Here's to children making just enough sound for you to know they're happily engaged, but not so much that you want to tear your hair out. Thanks for watching, and if you found this video helpful, I'd love to have you click on the red subscribe button.